through my pregnancy, some women go, I feel in love with this baby already. I didn't have any of that.
I was too sick to feel
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my
You were
God.
probably feeling hate
How
more
much
than
longer
anything.
have I got to go? Oh my God.
And when she was born, which I love that you said, because a lot of people, I felt to start with when my first son was born, and same with my second, I didn't feel that overwhelming love. I know I felt I loved him, but I didn't feel in love with my babies for quite a long time.
No, for me it was, there was a combination of different things. I mean, you're just exhausted. Like that last few weeks for the pregnancy, for me was just, I really, really kind of want my body back.
Totally.
And the sleeping wasn't great and all that sort of stuff. And then suddenly the baby arrives and they need to be looked after every 3 hours, feeding. So you go into this incredible pattern of sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
The hormones are going crazy still. I was breastfeeding and still am.
Yeah.
So there's just so much going on. And the other thing that I wasn't so prepared for was the emotional and psychological anxiety around their well-being.
Yeah.
And just the feeling of responsibility for this little creature's life.
Yeah.
And you don't know, no one gives, it's impossible to explain to somebody that hasn't experienced it what those first few days, few weeks, few months are going to be like. You can read everything in books, and a lot of books do say this is a very intense and challenging period. But it's not until you're in the middle of it that you go, wow, this
is full
this
on.
is hard.
Yeah, and there is no
hard.
explaining, is
My
there?
girlfriend, one of my girlfriends would use the term "in the trenches." You are in the trenches.
Totally. It does feel like that. And when you get
yeah.
to sleep and then you hear that cry again, you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
I would get to about sort of 7 or 8 o'clock at night and start to get nervous, knowing that I've just done the day shift.
I know.
And now I've got a night shift of exactly the same thing.
I wake
and
up
how
in the
am I
morning
going to get through it?
and go, I made it through another night. That's how I feel at the moment in the trenches at the moment, going, oh my God, I got through another night.
I don't know how you're even here.
Well, you know what? It's actually nice to have other contact with other people, or getting out of the house is like, oh my God, I'm out of the house. Like everything that is normally every day, whatever, is so much more awesome when you can do it. You finally get to do it, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Just getting fresh air, I'm like, oh my God, I've left the couch. This is a good day.
Yeah.
If I've showered by 3, I'm winning.
If you shouted at all.
I know, totally.
Oh my God.
Sometimes both of our boys will be in bed by like 7:30 and I'm like, we've nailed parenting. We have broken parenting. We're so awesome at it today because they're both asleep. We can sit and have a conversation. Bloody hard though, isn't it?
Hard. The first few weeks, even somebody else taking her, even Rove taking her, there was a part of me that was just like, be careful, be careful. I've invested a lot of energy in this thing.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
Yeah, totally. It is. It is like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
just don't break it. Give it back to me in one piece. And probably don't touch it.
And
just
try
look.
and leave them like they're happy right now. Just don't do anything that makes them start crying.
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you just have no idea. The first one is just, you're so clueless, and you almost go, how was I allowed to have this? Like,
how is anyone allowed to have these little things?
yeah. How's the first ride home in the car?
God.
Isn't that incredible? Where you're like, it's not just the two of us anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's another little thing in the back there.
But the first days at home, I was in shock. I really think I was in shock.
Oh, hands down.
I couldn't watch the news. I couldn't take in anything else from the outside world. It was all I could do was to get through the next few hours.
Yeah. And it's hour by hour.
Yeah.
Just to raise this little thing.
Yeah. So getting back to the love thing, I think, there is this compulsion that you have to take care of this little creature. And there's a sense of awe about them. But love, that in love kind of thing, I would not let anybody hurt them. I would
of course not.
scratch someone's eyes out and rip their face apart before they got to my baby. But
Yeah.
the love, I think, for me has started to kick in more, as she is engaging more and more with me and the world.
Yeah.
In the first couple of months, they're like in their own little cocoon, just trying to kind of cope with being outside of that wonderful womb experience.
Yeah. And I think I almost didn't know if I should be feeling more. I remember going, I don't know if I'm feeling enough. I don't know if I should be feeling more, or because a couple of my friends felt that instant, oh my God, I'm so in love. And so then you assume that that's how it's going to be, but it's definitely not for everyone.
No.
Well, it wasn't for us, you know.
And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a problematic disconnection.
No.
It was just more like, okay, this is the job I've got.
Yeah.
And it's going to take all of my energy to get it done.
Yeah.
And to do it as well as I can.
Yeah.
And it was almost like all those other kind of lovely, warm love feelings.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the energy for it.
No, totally. Because Bax, my first was 10 weeks, and I remember feeling that, vroom, I'm in love with you now.
Yeah.
And I had it with my second one, Arlo, just the other day, and he's 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And I actually said to him, I love you. And I remember thinking, I haven't said that to you. And I love this little thing now, and I've still got a long way to go with him, but I'm feeling like really in love with him now, you know? And it's a nice feeling to kind of get there.
Yeah.
It feels pretty special.